Hey guys, Morgan's Maintenance. It's episode 20 of Guess the Trade. I can't believe we're already in the episodes with the 20 numbers. That seems crazy to me. I always do this as a series premiere so that there is a live chat the first time that as it goes live. A lot of people like to go in that chat and make guesses and talk back and forth with one another. I might not be at this one. I've already got a commitment, but I am still doing a live chat. So hopefully you guys are, conversating back and forth with each other right now. And maybe I'm going to be able to be there. We're going to see. But just in case I'm not, just to let you know where I'm at. But before we get into the loadout for today, let's talk about episode 19, where we looked at only one loadout. We looked at James McCall. He had those high-vis orange bags. He had a Tech MCT, also a TPLC, and a Tech MB bag. Lots of nice tools within there. What was it that he did with those tools? He said that he is a low voltage tech, primarily in fire alarm, but he does everything along with low voltage. And he did say that he used his Tech MCT for installs, and then he also uses TPLC for service, and he took that meter bag and went back and forth with one another. So that's what he did with his tools. There weren't a lot of guesses along that line, but that is what he did. There was a few people that kind of went along that avenue of thinking and things like that. So that's what he did with his. I'm only going to look at one loadout today, and it's kind of similar reasons. He's got 3 bags, and it's lots of tools, lots of pictures. So in order to keep that time down, I'm going to go ahead and look at one today only, and that is Tooling with Newman.
Hello, Newman.
Now, he has recently started a YouTube channel, but before you go and check it out, make sure you drop your guess down below. I don't know if you'd be cheating if you go check out his channel and check out his videos, but you might want to go check him out. He said he recently started one up. But he's got 3 different bags that we're going to look at today. So he's got the MCT Blackout. He's also got the SBLD and then the DP3. So he got both those bags as spring promotions. So all 3 of his bags are all bags I'm really familiar with. In fact, they're all 3 in my truck right now as the 3 bags that I'm currently using and trying out and things like that. So we'll go ahead and jump into his tools, see if we can guess what he does, and see if we've got any questions about some of the tools that we see. But let's go ahead and jump into his tools. So looking at the outside, here are all 3 bags as you're looking at them. So again, he's got that SBLD, also the DP3, and then back in the back, the Tech MCT Blackout. Both of the DP3 and the SBLD videos I just recently released because I just got those myself. But that Tech MCT Blackout I've had for quite some time. It's by far probably my favorite bag so far that I bought from Vito. And that's the first bag we're looking at, as you can see here. And again, he's got all these tools pulled out. We'll take a look at them, but just getting an idea of his setup. You got a Pico 3030, a pair of Knipex something, probably a pair of flush cuts or something like that. A Unilight light on the sides over there. He's got Inkzall gloves, tape measure of some kind. Looks like also another Knipex tool. So we'll go on to the next picture, which is a side view. Again, something from Knipex. Looks like maybe a pair of lineman pliers or something along those lines, combi pliers, something like that. Milwaukee 16-footer, and then a tough-built knife of some kind. This picture, here we've got some Inkzalls. He's got the big one, couldn't tell that from the first picture, and then 2 smaller of the regular type. And then the Milwaukee demolition gloves. I've got several pairs of these. They're pretty nice gloves if you're going to do demo work. I don't do that kind of work very often anymore, but I typically wear like the cut level gloves from Milwaukee or Maxi Flex or something along those lines. Those have kind of been my go-to gloves, but every now and then I do get out some of these, and those Milwaukee ones are pretty good gloves if you've tried those. But I'm always interested. Drop your favorite glove in the comments below. Interested to always check those out. Getting into the pictures again, here's the other side of the MCT. Doesn't look like he's got a lot on here. Does have a carabiner on there, maybe throws keys or something on there. Here's this side open. So again, we're going to see all these tools pulled out here in just a second. So just looking at the loadout, it looks like he's got it pretty jam full with Vessel, Weehaw, Knipex, Tough Built Hammer, it looks like, Wera, or Vera tools, Klein tools. Looks like a Milwaukee something up here in the front. So we'll go to the next picture and see if we can see what these are. So here we've got a Tough Built Hammer. So a lot of people ask all the time about a hammer alternative that will fit in your bag. It looks like he's got it in there and it fits. So if you've got the MCT Blackout, I use the Weehaw electrician's hammer, but this Tough Built one looks like it fits in there as well. Looks like he's got the engineer pliers. Those look like the same ones I have. He's got the Knipex Smart Grip along with a pair of looks like 7 1/4, 10-inch Cobras as well. The Also shoot, why can I not think of twin grips? The twin grips, having a hard time thinking of that name. Pair of diagonals, needle nose, pliers wrench with the comfort grip handle. I'm assuming those are probably 7 1/4. And then here's a pair of, I don't think those are Knipex. I can't read what that is. Maybe those are Weehaw or something like that, or some other brand. That looks like that might be this ones that were in the side of his bag over there. So that's probably what those were. Along with this tough built knife, has several drill bits, spade drill bits, different adapters, a railer bit rail there with longer bits, and then also he's got one down here with Makita bits that he's put in himself. There's the Milwaukee that was in that front pouch down there, so it's a bit holder, it looks like. He's got that Vera black handled screwdriver, also the Klein 27 precision driver, a couple of Vera screwdrivers. One looks like a ratcheting. Knipex shears, there's the Knipex, so those were flush cuts stuck up in the front up there. And then also it looks like he's got Weehaw insulated, some Vessel drivers as well. He's got the Vessel USB. I'm not sure, that looks like what model that one is. I can't remember if that's the same color as mine. I haven't paid any attention to mine the last little bit, so I'm not real sure. I know the little tips down there where his is red, those kind of tell you one versus the other. He's also got a magnetic pickup tool, and again, there's his keys, tape measure, and the writing utensils. So there's all the tools that are in that side of the bag, in the pouches, and on the outside. We get into this picture, his backside. So he's got the M12 impact. Also some different things in there, so you can kind of look at how he's got it set up. Parts box, bit holders, looks like the Icon wrench down in there. So there's how he's got that stuffed in there. We'll go to this picture. Here's what's in that side. Zip ties, Klein torpedo level, Milwaukee fastback, the Engineers scissors. So those are a lot like the Van Plier scissors that I have a video for. And actually, cutting wise, to me, those Van Plier ones cut better than any of the other scissors that I have. But it's just a matter of, I still like the Knipex angled scissors. I like the angle of it a little bit better than using the straight on. But those scissors, and I assume those are probably identical to the Van Plier, are really good scissors if you haven't picked up any of those. Then we can continue. He's got the Makita sockets. It seems like we all carry those in our bags. And so he's got the M12, and I believe that is maybe the Surge, but it might just be the Impact. There's his gloves. And Matt, eventually I will get it figured out, but I wear the boot on mine so much I have a hard time seeing those. So he's got parts box, so he's got some anchors, some screws for his parts. He also has a Vessel bit holder. A lot of people have been talking about how good that is, along with that Icon wrench. Here is a pry bar. He's got those Klein wrenches that I just recently reviewed, the 8-in-1 box wrenches. So those are pretty decent. The Klein little 1/4-inch ratcheting deal with your finger holder where you just put your finger in it. That's a really good tool as well. Then he's got some zip ties over there. He's got a tough built, another kind of a knife, or a jab saw maybe. Yeah, it looks like it's a jab saw. He's got some Sawzall blades next to it, so I'm sure that's what that is. He's got some picks, some pencils, looks like to be a Olfa style knife, the Purdy foldable scraper, and then a Milwaukee light. So there's the tools that are in the other side of his Tech MCT Blackout. So that's all the tools that are in those. So remember what those are. We get to the next picture. Here's the DP3. So he's got this loaded out in that way. And this is the only picture of the outside of like this that we've got. We're going to look at the tools that are in the next picture. So a lot of people are wanting to see DP3 setups because a lot of people are just now getting them. So there's his picture. There's what he's got. So here we have, he's got the S-Wing foldable. I'm assuming that's that jab saw. They've got a couple different versions of knives that look like that though. And then he's got the Fiskars knife. The Fiskars is one that a lot of people like. Here's a Chameleon tape measure. Many people in that Milwaukee LED light video that I just did, several people were commenting that they really like the Chameleon tape measures, and apparently they've got one that has a light in it as well. But I've asked it before, but go ahead and drop it down below. What y'all's favorite tape measures, which ones you like, because we got more subscribers now. I'd like to get more feedback on that. The last time I did a poll, I think it was Stanley Fat Max was #1. and I can't even remember what was number 2. It might have been DeWalt or Milwaukee. I'm not real sure, but Stanley Fat Max was for sure the number 1. But I'm interested in, now that we got more subscribers, maybe there's more people that can give some comments. But a lot of people were talking about the Chameleon tape measures, that they really like them, and then I know some of you like Tajima. So comment down below what your favorite tape measure is. Continuing into this DP3, he's got a non-contact voltage tester, also a Milwaukee pen light. He's got the Vera insulated screwdrivers. Here's another vessel. I think this is the one that I've actually got right here, so I could be wrong, but I think this is that 3-speed, but maybe not. And he's got a attachment on it for the magnetic tip. Also over here, he's got another M12 with some sort of boot cover on top of his battery. He's got a couple different size Malcos, some bit adapters. He's got the Reller Magmat, torpedo level from Milwaukee, the Hultafors pencil. I mean, this bag is looking a lot like as if it's my bag. You know, a lot of these tools are some of the same ones that I use, so he's got a lot of the same taste and tools as far as what I have. So he's also got some electric tape, also a receptacle tester. Here is the, I can't remember what the number is on this one, but that's that ratcheting Klein screwdriver with the impact bits that are double-sided. I'll have to double check and see what the number is on that. Then he's also got some Weehaw Lyman pliers along with Milwaukee needle nose, Knipex Forge wire strippers, small pair of Cobras, probably those might be smaller than those might be like a 6-inch pair. And then he's got some combi pliers insulated and an insulated dismantling knife from Knipex. So there's all the tools that are in his DP3. So remember what those are. And now we'll get over into his last bag, which is the SBLD. And I can tell by looking at this picture, I mean, Rob Holland has to be loving it right now because he's got his Pika on the outside of his bag using the clip and the fastback, saving all that pouch space. So that's just a joke, Rob. So he was mentioning to me in my videos, he noticed that I always put my pencils and things in a pocket, and it kind of wastes a pocket, and that makes sense. So, but if I need a pocket, this is exactly what I do. So if I'm running my MP1 or MP2, I normally keep my pencils and stuff in the pocket, but then if I need to move it to make another tool, that's an option where I can just move it outside. But let us know in the comments below, are you an in the pocket guy or an out of the pocket guy or girl for your Pika pencils and your knives and things like that? Do you prefer them to be in a pocket so they don't typically get pushed out if they get bumped or something like that? Or are you an out of the pocket person so that you can save a little bit of room? But in here we've got, again, he's got the Weehaw electrician's hammer, so he's got that hammer in this bag. That's the hammer that I was talking about, fits in my MCT very well. But again, we're going to see all these tools. He's got some room still inside of his up here in the front, but he looks like he's carrying some 10-inch pliers, wrench, and Cobras, several different mod boxes, vessel USB screwdriver again, so he really likes those as much as I do, it looks like. Get into the next picture. Here's a vessel USB, a Milwaukee fastback, that's the 1505, and then a Pika black marker, and then he's got that, I want to say it's 65382 or something like that, the Klein. It comes with a ratchet and then the SAE bits, and then also a extension right there, so he's got that on this side. Going to the back, he's got a bigger mod box. I'm going to assume that that's that metric and SAE, but we'll see here in just a minute. Again, I'm looking at these at the same time as you are, as we're the first time anyways, not necessarily the same time because I'm obviously filming this, but I don't look at these ahead of time. I always just go through them as if I'm looking at them with you all. So he's got that ProFlex kneeling pad by Ergodyne. I can see the name on this one. Going to this side, he's got some sort of a case and then some regular bit rails, the fast cap tape measure, and then a mod box of something inside there. So maybe we'll see that in just a minute. And then also, I think that's a magnetizer, demagnetizer from Vera right there. So here's this picture. So I think this is everything that's kind of in those little front pockets. So he's got a Tool Check Plus. Also got that fast cap tape measure, another fastback over here, a Craftsman foldable parts tray. Those are decent. The magnetic bottom is not the same as like a normal magnetic parts tray. It's got like 4 small magnets in it. They stick to stuff really well, but as far as if you turn it on its side or something like that, stuff will come out of it. It's not 100% magnetic, but they are pretty useful. In fact, I've got one you know, sitting right here. I don't know if that was in the picture or not, but I've got one right there. Same exact ones. I use them all the time for different stuff. Also has some DeWalt bits right there. The Stabilo little pocket level. We get up into here. He's got some scissors of some brand. Not sure what that one is. The Knipex Cutix. Also some Milwaukee made in the USA needle nose with the comfort grips. I haven't seen any of those in person. I've only seen the dip grips as all my Home Depot has. And then I think that those are 10-inch Cobras. They could be 12s. And then these pliers wrench might be 10. But he's got a big pair of Cobras, big pair of pliers wrench. And then that Weehaw electrician's hammer right there. Getting over here, he's got the Easy Red. That's a tool I bought a long time ago. I've got a video for. So it's very similar to that of like an Icon, that flex head, except for you've got two ends and it's a longer handle. Here's that Klein. Again, I don't remember the part number, but I've got a video for that. That's one of the ones that Klein sent me out. Along with, he's got a Vessel USB, a couple different Sharpies, some pencils, Pika again, and then the Fastback 1505 and some electrical tape. Here we've got Railer bit rails. Looks like that's probably the hex key set right there. Here's his other mod box that we couldn't really see. So that's a bit holding box. I'm interested in maybe getting myself one of those just to be able to click it into my others. And then I don't know what this pouch over here is, but it looks like he's got some wall anchors and stuff like that in it. There's that magnetizer, demagnetizer, along with a fast cap tape measure and that ProFlex nailing pad. And then here's that backside pouch, or the backside as far as how he's using his SBLD. That's where I keep my installation driver and my meter, but he's got something inside of there. And if we open this up, so that's what's inside of this back pouch. So he's got that set right there that has the metric and SAE. Really good set as far as compact to get a whole lot of sizes. So you don't have to take up as much room in your vehicle or your bag as like what he's using it. And then he's also picked up all the ratcheting Klein wrenches. They've got these in SAE and metric as well. I think they're like 80 bucks a piece. My Lowe's actually now has these. I saw them the other day. I haven't decided if I'm going to buy them or not because I've got wrenches galore. I don't really need them, but they are kind of neat looking, so I'm not sure if I'll end up getting them. But I'm interested in your feedback on those. Tooling with Newman, what do you think about those wrenches? Do they seem like they're pretty good? Interested in your feedback on that. But I believe that's probably his last picture. It is. There's his name. So here's his SBLD. I'll just scroll right back through these, kind of hit all the ones that have tools in them. So SBLD is right here. Now we'll go back to the TP, or his DP3. That's all his DP3 tools in his pouch that he's got. And then we'll scroll back to the MCT Blackout. Right here is one side of his bag. And then we'll get over here. There's the other side of the bag. So those are all his tools. That's Tooling with Newman. Again, guess what you think that he does with these tools. If you've got any questions for him, I asked a few questions in there just for the general information from everybody watching this about tape measures and things like that, gloves. What are your favorite pairs? Because those are the kinds of things I like to go and get ideas from other people, because sometimes we get stuck into using this is what I always use, and we don't try something else. And I'm always interested to see what other people suggest. I go put it in my list, and the next time I need a pair of gloves or the next time I need a tape measure, if I see that there's a lot of responses, then it kind of puts me in the mode of saying, I'm going to go try this one. If enough people like it, there's got to be something about it. I'm always willing to try new tools, check them out, see what I think about them. Even if I've got something that works really well for me, there might be something that works a little bit better. I've got that FOMO of tools sometimes. I got that fear of missing out, so I'm always willing to try new things. But he's got a lot of tools in these 3 bags, a lot of really nice tools, a lot of tools that I own and that I really like. But take a guess. See if you can guess what it is that you think he does. And again, go check out his channel, but don't do that until after you guess, so that you're not considered to be a cheater. But take a guess at what he does. You got questions for him, ask that down below as well. But I hope this video was useful and helpful in some way. You guys stay safe. Have a blessed day. See you on the next video.